Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have something interesting for you. I'm going to be showing off 4 different control decks that I've been working on, testing around, having a ton of fun with, and we will be playing them in the Iron tournaments, which close in about an hour and 15 minutes, so hopefully that's enough time to show off all 4 decks, each in a tournament. And again, it's just going to be the first tournament I play on each deck, unless it's like dying on turn 4 in the first round, which I guess I might do too, but this isn't like a selected highlight of the decks, is my point. So if I win all 4, it's because I won all 4 on my first try. If I don't win any of them, it's because I didn't win any of them. But I thought it was a good opportunity to showcase some interesting things you can do with Germany and Soviets, because right now the ladder is very Japan heavy, very aggressive. So let's take a look at 4 different decks. And the first deck that we are going to look at here is let's do it in this order. So we're going to take a look at Germany-Finland, discard, control, however you want to call it. And I'll move myself over here so you can actually see the decks. Essentially, this isn't the newest thing on the block. Obviously, German-Finland has been around basically since the United Front expansion, but this is a little bit of a different take on it. So I don't have the Blitz Doctrines for like that extra value. If you really wanted Blitz Doctrines for extra value, you could probably take out the Wolf Packs for them. But this is essentially trying to stay on the board. It's a very board-centric control deck, and you'll sort of see that as a recurring theme in most of the decks I have here, being very board-centric. So obviously we have the routes, 2 Molotovs, the Bergmans to draw with the routes, 3 copies of 108. This is another just very, very good control tool. On the upper end, you're running the big Soviet, or the big German elites. You got Albert Festung, Capitulation, Leopold Mao, so this is for maximize your board control, and board clears, give yourself some healing. And then in the middle, it's sort of what you'd expect, Crossfire, Finnish Boys. You got the Infantry Regiment 36. A couple interesting things that I have in here that I think most people aren't running. I got the Rima Susi. This is another new card from Naval Warfare that is just a very good card, underrated card. Not a lot of people are using it. Then we have 2 copies of White Death. Obviously, this card's been around for a very long time, but the White Death is just very, very good in this current meta because it completely removes the stats of all of the board from like a Japan Legions or a Japan Shuffle. It can shut off Sabes, it can shut off Legions, obviously Tarnows, or whatever it is, the Motorizé. White Death, very, very good card right now, so that's why I've got 2 of them. And then, last but not least, I have a 2 countermeasure package. I have 1 from the deep, 1 envelop. Honestly, I don't really have a good explanation for these. They're just really fun to play with. People are really not playing around envelop right now. So yeah, that's sort of what I have going on here with this deck. So let's jump into the first game. And obviously there will be cuts because I'm going to probably be waiting a fair amount for people to come in and next rounds to start and whatnot. So let's cut to the start of the next game.
What a performance there by J King.
J King, full plot armor.
J King is pushing himself into the ranks of the legend.
J King is our world champion! J King 7! What? The back-to-back cards world champion!
Alrighty, first opponent is Japan, naturally, so we're going to keep a Crossfire. I'm not going to keep a White Death because we have the Crossfire, and it's important to find like a route or one of the 2 drops, just so you don't take too much damage if they start with like a Type 94. This heavily suggests that it's Legions. There's not really a reason to route this. I guess it shuts down push-up expansion, but that's not the most likely play in the world. I'm very tempted to flying bomb this. It's like almost certainly the wrong play. Oh, sorry, I'm very tempted to push it. It's almost certainly the wrong play. I'm just going to flying bomb and hold on to it, but I'm tempted to just shock attack into this. See, I want to Hipper next turn, which means I probably don't want to play Infantry Regiment 36, because I don't want to discard what I draw, and it's not really accomplishing anything on this board. I guess I could push it and not Hipper. I don't get the shock value. What's more important, credit efficiency or card value? I think probably card value is more efficient. I have enough board clears to get through Legions. Legions doesn't have a lot of burn. So I could fully clear his board and overdraw him one with Route Crossfire. The question is that worth it? And I think the answer is no. Especially when I can just Hipper him. So here's an interesting proposition. Or situation, I should say. I could just drop a Crossfire. He overdraws 2 cards and the board's empty. Or I could double route the Recons and deny him any additional draw. The overdraw probably doesn't matter. Stretch the line's good. Tar now is great. Alright. Well, I feel pretty happy with how that turned out. Doesn't protect the HQ. With intel on Comet. It's a bold strategy. I'd love to save the 108 for a Sabe or a Tarnow. I have these routes and also the shock guys. So I actually think the best play might just be hit him in the head. We essentially have his entire board unlocked. The credit denial from the Hipper is pretty brutal. He has intel on the second Crossfire, so he can't even, like, flood out. He doesn't have intel on either of the shock dudes, which is working pretty well in our favor here. I think we play both and just accept that we're going to lose some cards, probably. Sasebo. Desperate. Well, this actually just ends up working out really well for credits. Not the most value on the 108, but the alternative is to discard it, so. Renegade AA gun. The AA gun is honestly a little annoying. It's another great draw. Alright. We'll get rid of the AA gun, deny the draw, and get a 6/6 to the front line. Now he might feel safe playing down a Sabe or Tarnow, because he's seen 2 of these, because he doesn't have intel on the third one. Okay, so he's certainly running Sabes. Well, almost certainly running Sabes. So that's good to know. I kind of want to just White Death Comet, hit him in the face, pass. Mouse is currently dealing 8 damage. If he plays Plan West, we just win. Okay, out to miss. I think Blitz is not attached to the card, yeah. So this is a 6 damage mouse, 8 damage mouse. And that's annoying. I mean, like, we're still, like, 100% winning. But... like, this is brutal, man. I feel bad. Legions is getting stomped here. We also have second White Death. Okay, top deck Wolves. Can't have everything go our way. Okay, let's toss out the second White Death. Down, what, 2 Kyotos, 3 stretched the lines, and a Tarnow. And a long-range recon, so he's probably running low on guards. That's the last 56th. So you're gonna out the mist it. And well, we're absolutely not at a risk of dying. And shifting attack's literally just lethal. So that is first game. So German-Finn beat Legions. Let's get to the semifinals. Alright, well, we're still not in the game. I've been waiting here for like 15 minutes, and this quarterfinal round is still going, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get to all 4 decks in tournament mode. But also, in the meantime, I realized that my mic was plugged into the wrong place, and have now plugged it into the place it normally is plugged into, so my mics might sound slightly different, and or I might have to axe the first part of this video if it's terrible sounding. I guess we'll see in the edit. But anyways, yeah, let's just wait until we finally get into the game. Alright, we don't have to wait too much longer. Our opponent is a Germany, and most Germanys have been seen so far are either Navy Burn or German-Soviet. So with that in mind, do we want to keep a wolf pack? Entirely possibly. 96 Infantry Regiment, probably not going to accomplish much. Just going to hold on to Bergman. Okay, we hit one of the 2 Molotovs, so that's unfortunate, but, you know, play with fire, sometimes you're going to get burned. He picked that so fast. Okay, this is actually a pretty bad hand. Okay, it's Mill. It's almost certainly Mill. If it's Mill, then do I actually not want to draw on this? Well, we'll see. This might get what would it be? Like, probably like a From the Deep, I guess? Because the Mill into Germany is just all about stopping Comet. I mean, I'm just gonna terp it. Okay, we'll do it in this order in case it's a foiled plan. Okay, defend in depth. It's actually a pretty good one to see go. Alright, so it's from the deep, probably off of Chlorung. And it's a fine target. We're getting close to compromise becoming an issue. And also playing two of these guys means we're already into down on fatigue. That's crazy. We do lose off Chlorung, or Alpenfesting. Unless this game goes fully to fatigue, it wasn't going to be relevant. I guess I could have done, like, White Death Finish Boys, or Finish Boys Crossfire or something. Maybe I need to hold on to my From the Deep for his comment. This seems like a difficult matchup, because we don't run the Blitz Doctrines. And he does run the Blitz Doctrines. Okay. Well, if he goes face, we can just Wolfpack it. Or we could actually trade and then Wolfpack our guy for value. That seems better. The Careless Talk? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna kind of be reliant on his. Okay, Call to the Colonies to draw. That's fine. I guess I probably should have played this first instead, in case he has hit the drop point, but that was definitely a mistake. If he just starts, like, getting a Comet and wailing on us, things will work out real bad, real fast. He can trade Crossfire, he can defend in depth this, hit face. Shifting attack, routed troop, return to hand. I mean, I guess I just White Death again. That sets me up probably pretty hard for a Crossfire. I could double Crossfire this. If I push this up... Nah. I mean, this matchup's probably just gonna, like, if he mouses me, we die. Capitulation's fine, Leopold's fine. Even if he has, like, another Bergman trade, that's kind of fine. Capitulation plus Crossfire. Alright, well, we need to take the Comet. I think we have to do this to avoid the... If they have 3 cards in your hand, steal one of them. Like, obviously, you can still... Oh, jeez. Okay. Dodge the first bullet. There's Doctrine. Ay, ay, ay. Well, he gets to convert one of these into production. Hopefully it's a not comet. If we can win this 1 in 3 and it converts the production into a production, we might be fine. Second Panzer Gun is pretty unfortunate. It converts the envelope. This is actually kind of an amazing draw. No countermeasure. Like, both crossfires are gone. I have Mao's hard run in the deck, so that's a top deck possibility. I'm going to hit through 5 here. I could... No, I don't think there's a way I die. No, that's not true. I could die if he gets the shock tank. Because it goes to 0 up. Doesn't get it. Also should have been playing this. Okay, so that's hard run. So now he has a big tank. Off Clarang. Doesn't pick anything immediate. So that's a good sign. That's very bad, though. So, like, realistically, it has to be Finnish boys, right? I guess I could pick Rimasusi, hit, push, but pushing doesn't actually do anything. Nope, it was Night Hunters, he's just trolling. Alright, we are dead to Mao's, if he hard runs it and finds it. We're not dead to Comet, unless it's Comet suppressed, or just suppressed. I'm really wishing I didn't discard that Alpenfesting right now. I mean, if I play Alpenfesting here, I'd probably lose, but... Because he's almost certainly sitting on at least 2 compromises. So if this is... No, not evasive action, so we're not dead. Or hit the drop point, I mean. But, yeah, we're not dead. If he has any Blitz tank... No, but he played the... He played the Blitz Doctrine guy. That's sad. Alright, well... This is sort of like... This is the issue with playing Control on ladder or in Iron tournaments, is there's still a fair amount of anti-control deck going around. Like German Mill, like there's still some German US. But yeah, that is game one, or deck one, I should say. Probably I want to say it probably might be the weakest, or at the very least is the least refined. This one I just sort of threw together, and I play it because it's fun. But yeah, if I wanted to make it slightly more competitive into more control decks, I'd probably take out, like, maybe the Rima Susis or the Wolf Packs, throw in Blitz Doctrines. But yeah, I don't know. That seems boring. Now let's take a look at our second deck here, which is Soviet Poland Control. And this is the deck that is, like, completely of my own making. I mean, obviously the Fin was of my own making, but that's been around before. This one is just, like, purely out of my brain. Not to say that obviously no one else has built a Soviet Poland Control deck. But this one I did not, like, get inspired by anything else I've ever seen to build it. This one was just purely on my own. So let's walk through it here. So the early game, you have Kolm, you have Sickles, you have 845th rifles, we have 215th motors. Honestly, this one's really, really clutch against stuff like Kian or Desperate Measures or Sabe just trying to kill you. And all of this is to beat Japan. This is all just about controlling their board early. The Kolms are very good against Juffle in particular to make sure that they don't have like 3 or 4 units early on in the game to just, keep chipping down their dragons and stuff like that. Obviously, Sickles are very good into the cavalry, Type 94s, Type 93s. 845th is realistically the only healing you can run, so you have to play it. Then you have Danuta, so you have even more guard. But what's great about guards, like Danuta and motor rifles, is I absolutely love the 336th Guards Naval. This guy's just great at getting extra value out, getting a little bit of a tempo edge. If you can just pull out like a Danuta or a motor rifles. Then we have 4 Carpathians. And if you watched my card review of this card when it first got announced, I said that this card was terrible. I ranted about how terrible this card was and how terrible Poland was in general for a very long time. Well, they went ahead and buffed it and made it a lot better. So the buff was 2 things. One, it went from a 5-3 stat line to a 4-4 stat line, which is much, much better. 4-4, very, very good body on its own. But also, they changed the unit you convert something into from the 4-4, I can just pull it up here, actually. The T3476PL to op cost, and it's just a big guy. So, like, obviously, if you have the front line, you can snowball harder, or you can get a little bit more value out of it. Now it turns it into the Ulan, which the Ulan also got a buff, and is now... Oh, it's going to be number Ulan, isn't it? Yeah, the 24th Ulan. It's now 3-4, deal 1 damage at the end of your turn. So, also just a 0-off blitzer. So, Carpathians, huge tempo plays. If you do, like, turn 1 Kolm, you trade something out. Turn 2, you sickle a guy. Turn 3, they flood the board up again. You, like, trade out again and slam down a Danuta. They spend their turn killing the Danuta, and you're left with a Kolm on board. Turn 4, you slam down Carpathians, and you turn that 2-1 Kolm into a 3-4 that can then still also attack. Very, very great tempo plays. By the Sword as your card draw, obviously very important for Soviet control in general. Danuta and Armored Train are also great at creating tokens for Carpathians to turn things into. We have 3 Extended Barrage. This card is just so important at taking out the Sabes and the Tarnows and the naval brigades and whatnot. And then going up, we have 2 Wolves regiments. This is just great. Sometimes you need it for the card draw. Sometimes it's just additional removal. Corson, just a solid card. 4th Guards, solid card. Sometimes you can get Corson or 4th Guards off of the 336th Guards Naval. I recently added in front formation just because, again, there is a lot of decks like these, like Germany, France, and Mills and stuff, where it is just anti-control. So I put in front formation to be playable into anti-control decks. The Grenadier Regiment, very, very good card against Sabe. It just sort of makes playing Sabe impossible. There's a few other cards it's really, really good into. Also, again, makes your tokens off of Danuta and Armored Train just nuke things out of space. And then finally, we have 2 Uprising. And you might be thinking, well, Uprising without legions? No one's ever done that before. Well, that's the thing, is Carpathian can create up to 8 Polish units, because it's 4, and then you can turn 4 Soviet units into Polish units. Danuta is just, even if they kill it on its own, it's 1, but if it starts summoning more and more 4TPs, those are just more and more Polish units that are dying. Plus you have Wolves and Grenadiers, which are both Polish units. So Uprising very often like 10, 11, 12 damage, and what's great about that is sometimes you just slam down an 845th into your own Uprising to like heal 15. And that's like the health difference that lets you survive through combat. All in all, I'm very, very happy with this deck. I think it is a very well-rounded deck. It's a deck that feels quite refined, relatively speaking. And it's a deck that I've won a fair few number of Iron tournaments with. And speaking of Iron tournaments, let's get into our second Iron tournament. And fortunately, it's going to start immediately. So yeah, first boss is Germany. Okay, we saw Legions in the first game, but I don't know where all the Juffles went. I've been playing a bunch of Iron tournaments today, and it's just Juffled the whole way down. Motor Rifles is also great against Burn. I've had games against Burn where I just slam down 2 Motor Rifles, and then they just lose. I'm going to keep this because it might be Burn, but again, it's like 50-50 Burn versus like Soviet, or German-Soviet, Germany-France. Okay, so he's going to almost certainly route this. So I'm not going to push it up, because hopefully he pushes up his guy, and then I can Carpathians Ulan. It's going to Calliope. That's funky. Okay, maybe we just get lucky and roll him. No such luck. I'm not going to play the 97th because I think he wants to Calliope into here, and if I play the 97th, it gives him an additional route target. Alright, and let's turn this guy into an Ulan. And we're pretty good. This is a German-US with Calliope. I mean, we're in the first round of an Iron tournament, so sometimes you do play against rather questionable decks. Okay, Torpitz does kind of set him up for a crossfire, because this is going to take a damage now, but I mean, crossfire, he needs 2 damage to get rid of Carpathian. I don't know if he has that. So this is happening for sure. We know he's a US ally. Okay, I think we got Corson down. I was considering turning the Carpathian into another Ulan, but like if this forces second crossfire, that's fine. Looks like it's going to trade out with a Panzergun, also fine. If he has route on this, that's fine. We turn this into the Carpathian, or into the Ulan. Ulan's also great at putting out pressure or getting reach. Like, sometimes if your opponent just has a slow start, and again, this is a very unit-heavy deck with a lot of board control, unit-centric, so you can just essentially start wailing on the opponent early. Oh, he's going to have to trade there. That can't feel great. And then you can use Carpathians for sort of getting that stretch damage later in the game. I'm not going to commit more to the board because I'm scared of capitulation. Alright. Um... This is a weird situation here. I think we just play this. It's not doing anything immediately, but it shuts down a few cards. And I'll replay the Grenadier Guard. This is like... It shuts down stuff like Calliope. Like, he could Mouse, I suppose. Alrighty. So we've seen Leopold. We have an extended barrage, another extended barrage, so we might as well toss this. And then I guess do 845th Corson. They're gonna be Wolfpack, loose armored train. He might have to sack the Michigan. No, okay, he's gonna play out the guy got off of the Doctrine. I think I'm going to do this. I don't want to play Danuta because I'm a little scared of the Mouse. Like, just hard run Mouse. Obviously, we saw the big tank he played. The Panzer IV. Okay, second Panzergren. And where's that sickle when you need it? Okay, we got the 4th Guards. Honestly, the weird thing about this deck, and I don't know if there's like an actual like reason for this, or if this is just like confirmation bias with a small sample size, but it feels like this deck just never draws typically. And what I mean typically is it feels like every single game it's like, oh, this like card I have 2 or 3 copies of is in the bottom 10 cards of my deck. And it's always like the card that you want. Okay, well he can't really push Michigan. Yeah, Death or Glory. Is he setting up a Mouse? What's going on here? I just want to replay Grenadier Guard. Okay, he's gonna double push. Oh, he's gonna flying bomb the 845th. Okay, that's shocking. That's genuinely shocking. I feel like his hand right now is like 1 2 3 1 2 3 comma suppression, and he's like holding out for the He's holding out for the return to hand. So I'm not going to push that up. I know pushing that up technically like puts lethal on board, but like I kind of feel like he needs capitulation. Okay, pushing up would have been very bad actually. Okay, I'll play one motor rifles. This is to stay alive through crazy number of comets hitting me in the HQ. I mean, like, it means he has to have double suppress, but also if he has mouse, he can't do a whole lot with it. Okay, Alpenfestung shreds that. Is that a Kriegsmarine? Okay, he lost Bismarck and 2 1-2-3s. It still means he could hit me for 16 in one turn. Okay, we drew our first uprising. It's only on 5. I think that also means he probably has a second Doctrine in deck. Possibly in hand. Didn't see any suppression, but he might not run suppression. Yeah. We'll hit him. Gonna leave it like that. So Mouse is dealing 2 damage. He's out of healing. Even with double suppress, there's no way to deal more than 16. The fact that he could theoretically deal 16 damage from hand through 2 guides is crazy. He has 1, 2, 3, combat, suppress, suppress, bounce. But now we got him. And we were the last game to finish, so we are going to go straight on into the semifinals. Ugh, man. Feels good to beat Control with a anti-aggro deck. This is a Soviet deck. We are the Japans, man. Are people figured out Japan? They're onto them. Soviets. I haven't seen a lot of Soviets. I'm trying to think of the Soviets I have seen. I've seen like one Sov Italy. I've seen one Sov Germany. Alright. Yeah. Just trying to think, like, if I Zhukov now and I hit the 4th guards, get that ticking faster. Also, like, if he has a route. Now that we have frontal formation in the deck, we should have a decent shot at beating any Soviet control. Mobile defense. Not the greatest one. We're gonna do this so he can't full trade down the board for 4 credits. That's like Winter Warfare he could. No, I'm just gonna turn it into... Okay, well that's kind of insane. Well, that's quite the issue. That is probably the best 4K thing he could have got. Trying to think. Like, there's obviously bigger 4K things, but I think that's the only 4K Soviet bomber. Is there any 4K Soviet artillery? 6K, 3K, 2K. I don't know. Feels rather unfortunate. We can make a mill. And I think we just leave the bomber at 2 health. We know he's German ally, because he also has the doctrine early. And Mill's host heroes of the Soviet Union, man. Just the sheer amount of greed in the decks of these, like, control things I'm playing against is like, do you guys never play Juffle? Never once. That's just hard in his deck. Sure. If I sickle this, I can't play Corson. Don't want to play Danuta. What's the worst that could happen? I really want to get the draw off this before he can route it. Because, like, surely he has to be playing route. Surely. Oh, he's just a full-on tank deck. Sure. Could buy the sword. I go to 9. I play this. I go to 8. He kills this. I overdraw. This gives him a draw. Could Carpathian this. Yeah, I think I'll actually forego getting this guy into my deck. So we lose out on a card draw, but it seems like we're probably going to have a decent chance of doing buy the sword. This is really funny, actually. Oh my, don't do that nonsense. Okay, we lost Danuta, that's fine. Absolutely fine. Okay, well now we just can't play a unit. If he plays a unit, this guy dies for free. Okay, so that guy dies for free. Sure. Guy still hasn't played his contest doctrine. Which is crazy. I would love to just get him in the noggin. I kind of don't think I can afford to do that, because if he just plays a board clear, we're in a bad spot. This deck is fully crazy. I was like, okay, well, like Soviet Germany with contest doctrines, there's a world where you can do that. This is not the world. I think we go for tempo. I think we just have to go full tempo. Like, could he have Winter Offensive or Strategic Focus? Yes. Top deck Strategic Focus. I mean, I changed 1 health on me to 2 health. That's just in his deck? What? I don't even understand that. I mean, I guess it's because he plays heavy armor stuff. How did this guy... This is insane. I mean, surely I just wait, right? Because I can call my hit it. I can BM. Both of those survive, so it doesn't actually die. I can uprising it immediately, but that sucks. I think I want him to play more units, so I can buy the sword for more units, and then uprising to kill more units. Sure. It's actually really funny. It didn't gain its healing. Okay. So, I can fully clear his board, actually. This feels pretty good. He has the big German tank still. He's down both SU-100, so his burst potential should be substantially lowered. Top deck second Blitz Doctrine. That's normal. That's reasonable. He's not even halfway through his deck, because he doesn't run card draw. No, he runs like the T-34 tanks, and he probably runs the 12th Guards Mechanized, to be completely fair to him. So that should probably die. Okay, so he has some very big tanks. He has 2 big German tanks. That's also a big tank. I mean, just like his entire deck is just going to be big tanks. I guess I'll just do this. It's presumably Drew. I mean, he runs the other T-34. What the hell, dude? Okay, so he doesn't go for the... And he hit the other one. So how do we do this? I can... 4, 5... No, that doesn't work. Especially because we lost the credits. So this guy fully doesn't matter. So I might as well get him in the head. This is the most infuriating game I've ever lost in an Iron tournament. And that's genuinely saying a lot. Okay, well actually he hit that for some reason, so... Maybe there's a chance. So I hit this, it goes to 2. And then it goes to 3. And then I can't kill it with that. If I do 1, 2... No, but I'm missing the credit from... Okay. I'm assuming this drew. Yep. So he's played 3 of these. He hasn't played the elite one. He hasn't played the 4th one. He hasn't played any more of the other T-34s. Yeah, he just doesn't run Sickle. Why would he run Sickle when he can run more big tanks? He needs to get more big tanks, because he has 2 contest doctrines, so the more tanks he runs, the more value he gets out of his contest doctrines. Because this guy has an imaginary deck he's facing where he really needs, like, the 35th +2/+2 tank to get across the line. That's just in his deck. That's fantastic. Okay, well here's... The question is, do we go for the tempo play now? I think the answer is pretty definitively yes. Because we are on a clock. He didn't draw. I kind of did forget that this wouldn't die. I think we just keep it around and go face. Make him spend credits on it. It's like the one thing we have going for us right now is he seems to run basically no removal, other than that one time he top decked strategic focus. Sure. Okay, that's actually a fantastic top deck. Destroy 500 enemy tanks. Do I have any more A45s? No. So I'm like fully on a clock. I have like 5 turns left, 6 turns left. 7 turns left, if he doesn't hit me in the HQ at all. What is that? That's not even a tank, dude. You're doing it wrong. Okay. Oh my god. Sure. I can't really afford to play Sickle. And I can't afford to greed on this anymore. I think we just play out the Naval instead of the train. Because I want to be able to trade things out in the front line more easily. Sure. You don't need to run any card draw in your deck if you just hit both board clears, both doctrines. A Moore? He's out of T30. Stuka? Okay, so if I hit this... I die on my turn if I play Sickle, so I can't play Sickle. So I think this is the line. If he can kill motor rifles, we die. If he can clear the front line, we die. Clearing the front line seems highly unlikely. It is just going to be, can he kill mortar rifles? Is he going to mouse me for 2? Okay. He can't read. He can't read! Yeah! I mean, he might just be dead, but if this is retaliation... Okay. Okay, we're in the finals, guys. We're in the finals. Least greedy player ever. Actually insane game. Genuinely baffling that that guy won his first matchup. I mean, this is kind of like the issue with like every card game, is there's a fair number of decks that will just lose to somebody who puts in 40 big cards. And our final opponent is Germany. Because why would we ever get a Japan in a Japan meta? Okay, so the reason I'm keeping these guys is they work hilariously well together. And if this guy starts drawing cards, we're just going to start slamming down 9/9s. And Germany, you know, they have Capitulation, they have Leopold, they have Hipper. They don't have no ways of getting rid of a 9/9. But they don't have great ways of getting rid of a 9/9. Please draw cards, mister. Well, there's no point in playing Motor Defense. I guess it could technically trade out with a Bergman, but he probably just wouldn't play Bergman. Okay, we're not going to play Motor Defense because we don't want to give him a route target. Although I suppose giving him a route target would make these guys draw faster. Maybe it's mobile defense time now. I mean, we don't know what his nation is. So the question is, can he afford to not play cards? The answer is, I don't know. I think we choose to play defensively. He can't Jagdpanzer me, because if he plays Jagdpanzer, his guy dies. He could, like, route this one and go face. Routes the healing instead. It's reasonable. It's a second route. It's very clearly a second route. Which means... might as well get this guy down. We don't know his ally yet. Could be France. Most likely Soviet or US. Still don't know his ally. France is getting less likely. So he's on 6. Hasn't played any ramp. Next turn I could almost guarantee getting up 2 guys. I think we play both. I think way more likely than not we get to hit him in the face with both of these, unless he hippers one. In which case we get to hit him in the face with one of these. It's a Britain ally. That's fine, I guess. And he has the... That's... so annoying. He has production capitulation. I'm so sad, man. Why couldn't I get, like, a matchup where I play against a deck that can beat Japan? Or a deck that is Japan? The fact that these guys got it this far into the tournament meant they were playing only control, which means that this was just like an 8-person control tournament, because like a Japan player would just like make it to the finals for free. They're like, oh, I have fortification. How do I lose to Japan? I don't know. You tell me. Maybe it's because you're playing Blitz Doctrine. Well, they have 4 units on board. So it's just going to be stuck here forever. I guess so. Okay, this is like still absolutely winnable. I just need to have front formation in the top 10 cards of my deck. Which means I'm not winning. I don't know how this game works. This is pulling Maus. He has 2 Panzergren, 2nd Blitz Doctrine, hard run Maus, Leopold in hand. Top of cards of my deck are like Colm. Can you imagine how good a well, can you imagine him not having production into capitulation on 7 only card to like not that he would like die, but just only card to avoid taking 18. Like, can you imagine if he was just forced to like, I don't know, play his fortifications? But yeah, I was gonna say before is, can you imagine I had Carpathian in my hand? This is actually really annoying. Because if I Carpathian and go face, he just simply trades it, which is the same as not playing Carpathian. It says Blitz. Oh, tell me more about how your deck is tank generation value and also 6k removal. And also 6k whatever the hell this is. I cannot wait for him to play generated Jagd Panzer, hit, turn front formation into a production. Do it to me. You know you want to. It's just gonna like calm at my face. Okay, 3rd protected convoy. Royal Fusiliers. Alright. This is our entire turn, but it's our entire turn that we're playing. Is he just gonna have the route? He doesn't want to play the route. I'm trading for the health. Doesn't want to play the route because he doesn't want to reduce its attack down. Would be my guess. Maybe he was looking at like productioning out like a unit, but if he did that, I don't know. Okay, this is like absolutely winnable. If I could have one of my two Wolves regiments, that'd be really neat. I'm almost tempted to hit King Tiger. Am I playing Corson? Oh! God, why? It's also past 2, which means iron tournaments are closed, so this is the last tournament of the day. I have double uprising with 1 Polish unit. Holy shit. We're so back. Okay. We're so back. Okay, I just need like a sickle top deck. Hopefully he doesn't start going infinite on Sherwoods. I lost a game where my opponent just went infinite on Sherwoods. It was not fun. Okay, turns motor guards, whatever the hell. And floats. Interesting. Sure. I'm gonna play Armored Train. He has 1 more 108th Panzer gun. Dude, think about what this guy's played. He's played Capitulation, Blitz Doctrine, 2 108ths, Sherwood, top deck 2nd Blitz Doctrine. That's nice. But it's okay. He can beat Aggro sometimes because he plays 3 fortifications. So it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry a thing. He picked that 2nd tank so fast. Is it the 3rd King Tiger or is it the Mouse? If he's going to hit me with the 2 Mouse because he definitely runs just a hard run Mouse. So this is actually one of the few cases where Armored Train gets worse because of the change. It's kind of funny. Pricing still literally at 0. It's kind of funny. I don't want a Carpathian that. I want to maximize Carpathian value. Also, like, he has to kill it, so. How many sickles are left in my deck, I wonder? I haven't been counting. I know I've played 1. I think 2. For certain. And there it is. I mean, we have to start getting face damage in. I will take out this errata. Alright, uprisings are now a 5-cost Winter Warfare. Actually, Winter Warfare goes into the HQ. Oh no. There we go, because he's gonna trade out Jagdpanzer with all of the cheap units that he plays that do things. Okay, we lost Sickle, that's fine. We lost an uprising, that's less fine. Please push up. Maybe he developed into this, actually. Maybe he doesn't run that. How much does this guy heal this game? 21. There's the third one. Alright. Neato. Oh, do I play it? I feel like my health is gonna run out. I'm so scared to play Denuda because of mouse. This is like already like a fine mouse, but at least I can guard up after the mouse. Crossfire. Okay, if he pushes up, it's fine. That's reasonable. Please push up, King Tiger. Can I afford to play Uprising here? I play Uprising, I Colm trade. I can hit face production. Denuda. Start with this. Guess I go to production first in case he has like the anti-order countermeasure for some reason. He seems psychopathic enough to do that. This is just Mao's face. It's really looking like a Mao's face he's hovering over. Mao's face. Well done, dude. Absolutely remarkable. The funny part is I actually would have won without the fortifications. Obviously, if you hadn't put 9 credits into healing and 9 credits into the board, things would be a bit different, but... There's not a reasonable way to hit the HQ this turn. There's a lot of unreasonable ways. Alright. Trust in the process. Would have killed him through 1 fortification. Would through Maus and a King Tiger. And 3 108 Grenadiers. And there's the Panzergren, not dead yet. And like we have to hit HQ to have any shot at winning this, right? At the very least, we have to push up. I'm not dead to second Panzergren. He also runs Panzer. He runs 3 108 Panzergrens, 2 Doctrines, and 5k Panzergrens. What is this deck? Also, he played Pack, which means the Jagdpanzer is hard run. This goes down to 2. This King Tiger actually, if King Tiger takes this trade, it dies to board. Or to, like, the tank. This is so sad. Oh! And we killed him through 2 fortifications. Okay, we have to take a look at that deck. That deck deserves a look through. Sure, let's delete this. Yeah, he's got Comet in there too. He runs Alpenfesting. Okay, well, I guess maybe we weren't close to killing him. I forgot about the Mosquito. It's a single Panzergren. Yeah, the 3 108s. Wait. So, like, this deck is still awful, don't get me wrong. Runs a single copy of Volk's Grenadier. Am I crazy that he played 3 Protected Convoy? But anyways, where were the Dilemma? Where were the routes? Where were the other Bergmans? Like, where was Schützen? Where was the Crossfires? Where was anything other than Leopold Mau's capitulation, 3 108s, Sherwood, Panzergren, Mosquito, Jagdpanzer, Double Doctrine? We were never winning that, but, like, also that deck is awful, awful, awful. Tournament mode's over. But again, yeah, this deck, really, really fun. You know, beats stuff that isn't the nonsense that I was just playing against. Then I've talked a lot about German-Soviet control. I haven't ended up playing against any of it, but this is essentially what the decks look like. This is my own version of it. I modified, I took a look at a few different lists I played against and created my own modified version of it. But essentially, you see a lot of the same stuff. You got the Blitz Doctrines, you got the Panzer Grenadiers, you got the Crossfires, the Panzers. I know I was just all complaining about that stuff. I even got the two 108 Panzer Grenadiers. But if you also look at the top end of the deck, that's kind of it. You have like Alpenfestung, Capitulation, Comet. Everything else is 4K or under, other than obviously the Panzer Grants I mentioned. And then if you look at the early game, it's 4 Routes, 4 Bloody Sickle, 2 Arado, 3 845ths, 3 Bergmans, 3 Extended Barrages. And yeah, then also the interesting thing is you have 2 of these 312th Novgorods to help with card draw, to help with defensiveness. And because Iron Tournaments are over, and also this video is getting a little long, I'll just play a game or maybe 2 games on ladder to get across the point. Hopefully ladder is a little bit more forgiving. Like, really, the point of this is to showcase the different ways to counter Japan, because I know Japan is like the #1 deck in the game right now, or the #1 nation in the game right now, and there's so many different versions of it. And these 4 decks are quite good into various Japans, and we've only really seen the one. US is probably Brewster's, so we're just going to full mulligan. It's a pretty decent hand for Brewster's. That's not a good sign. If I queued into, like, heavy ramp, I swear. It's Throp in the year of our Lord. Okay, well, if I can mitigate some of the healing. And we have routes for the small guys. Like the draw dudes. Les Terribles. Hit the War Machine War Bond start going first. It's gonna be like the Psycho who runs Cyclone Division. Blue and gray. I feel like I'm actually being trolled. I feel like someone at 1939 is like watching, is like behind the shadows. What did I convert? The guard. What are the odds that that's the worst card in his hand? Obviously, if it has like War Machine or something, that'd be worse to convert, but that would have been a good one to convert. He picked that real fast. It's gonna production into a Mustang. That'd be pretty good. We lose the credits. True. I think I just want a Bergman. Because if he has, like, a Havoc or a Mustang, not a Mustang, Mitchell. If he has a Havoc or a Mitchell, he probably just wants to slam that. And at least this creates, like, a... Okay, well. That's annoying. At least it's 7 credits. Hey, 7 credits is 7 credits. Defend in depth on that is fine. Okay, we're through the Bomber Mafia pretty fine. We're getting up to the point where his credit lead matters less. draw last at the end of that sequence is crazy. Especially considering how it should be the very first thing you do. Well... Okay. We stopped him from snowballing out with a bomber, which is probably pretty important. As long as he has infantry, we could eventually draw capitulation. Okay, draw again. It's fine. That's pretty fine, actually. In fact, that gives us route targets. That's also fine. Sure. Did I say this card helps with draw? This card does not draw. I just had like a sudden moment of realization that I'm like, wait, I probably said that this card draw. That's really funny, actually. I didn't think about how he's gonna buff his routed troops. We can do it's a crazy card to be running. Needs more healing in his max heal deck. Oh, jeez. Okay, so he takes a second carpet bomb, or a second, not carpet bombing, what the hell is that card called? Kind of gets to kill Novgorod for free. Gets 2 strap bombings in hand. So I can do 5, 6, 7. So yeah. I do want to play this first. Then hit this, then do this. Then kill this. And we're honestly in a fine spot, because he has 2 strap bombings in his hand for some reason. I don't really know why, but... Oh my... And he hits the 3rd one! Okay, there's the lKtrtv. Okay. This is fine. Okay, well, he's out of Call to the Colonies. There's 14 cards left in deck, though. Kind of incredible. Top deck second, lKtrtv. Plays second Bomber Mafia last for reasons. That was also not off the top. That was off the lKtrtv, which was off of the 3rd Call to the Colonies. Last turn... If I could, like, top deck a Blitz Doctrine. Holy crap. Ooh. A chance to convert a random card in his hand versus having... Probably convert an extra card in his hand. What am I talking about? This isn't a choice. Oh, beautiful mouse. Hit the bomber. I kind of forgot that was going to give me a dude. That was dumb. Mistakes were made. And by that I mean it's calculated, because now I'm keeping this alive for the mouse. It's gonna put. Oh my god, I forgot about the blue and grays, dude. Production attack. It's fine. Okay, so we can mouse blue and gray. He gets 2. Oh, this kills the Egg Panzer too. Forgot about that. Whatever. He gets 2 outrages. He needs the countermeasure one. Pick that decently quickly. Oh, he gets 3 because it counts as itself dying. Alright. Sure. I think we just play Egg Panzer, kill this guy, try to win the 50-50 on the countermeasure. Also defend in depth, no countermeasure. So he has 3 retributions in hand. There's 2 retributions in hand. He must be running low on French cards. How many have we killed? He has 3 retributions in hand. Two in hand. He has 1 in hand. He still has his bomber from the second bomber mafia. He has a retribution and a bomber, and 5 random cards. Included in which probably a Michigan, a lKtrtv, probably his research. P51B, why not? It's not even a Throp card. Sure. Yeah, we're just gonna have a P51B for a bit. Okay, 2 retributions in hand. One in hand. Oh my god. Thank the Lord. Okay. He has 1 retribution. He has 5 cards in deck. Surely he's not running a full stack of these guys. He's out of retribution. Is there a reason not to push this, Michigan? Surely he's not going to be like running 1-2-3s like a psycho. I could shifting attack Panzer gun maybe. He has another bomber, which is kind of scary. So I think we shifting attack Panzer gun. Okay, he's on 10 cards. lKtrtv, Michigan, Bomber. 7 other cards. Yeah, 7 other cards. He's gonna run US research, because of course he does. Moroccan, 6 other cards. That's the Michigan. Five other cards. He kinda can't really push that. I mean, he can. And he will. I'm fine with that trading. If he has another, like, trade, get outrage. Am I gonna die to the Super Fortress? Is that how this is gonna end? Is that the bomber he picked? Not crazy. He still has the bomber, right? US research. And lKtrtv. He can drop a nuke next turn. There's the bomber. There's the trade. So this hits it for 2. Can combined arms. That's 3-5 to kill the bomber. Just want to make sure I have this math correct before I, like, completely grief the game. Is there a way to set up crossfire? I don't see one. Okay, so he drops a nuke on me. The bomber's gone. I don't know what the other 3 cards in his hand are. So there's enough cards left to win with. What way would he have to deal 1 damage to my HQ? Like just a random Calliope, I guess? He's played both Strap Bombings. I'd have a second copy of the French dude that if you play him first. Maybe like a Seaborn invasion. If I just play Alpenfesting, I can't lose, right? I mean, I probably couldn't lose even without playing Alpenfesting, but just to be safe. Were you just like hard running like a super fortress or something? 2 direct hits. Oh my lord, I can't believe we won that game. Alright, well, I was unsure if I should do 1 or 2 games. I think that's a pretty solid 1 game to be played on that. That was like a 20-minute game. Last but not least, let's take a look at this deck, which is a Soviet Fra Mill. This one was inspired by a deck I saw on Ladder. I lost to it in, I think, the finals of an Iron tournament while I was playing the Soviet-Polish deck. Or no, I was playing the German-Finland deck. I lost to Soviet Mill, and I was like, well, that's an insane deck. And then I stopped and thought about it a bit more and was like, actually, maybe that's maybe he was cooking. So I took the list, I made some changes to it. But let's basically just go over the list. So I say mill because it has 4 compromise, and if you're playing against a deck that has a big hand size a lot of the time, you're just slamming down the compromises and they are milling cards like crazy. But otherwise, it has like the basics of the Soviet control package. So you have Kulms, Sickles to fight for the early game, 845ths for healing, extended barrages, obviously. You even have Hammer for just guaranteeing removal of the big 6 health infantries that need to go. And then if you go down to the bottom, you have front formation. This is your win con. You have more healing than the Polish version because of 3 Call to the Colonies, 4 compromise on top of the 845ths. So you have more health to support the front formation than you just have the standard set of guards and elites that I had in the other deck. So 336 naval, armored train, 2 grenadier regiments. This is a French exile, which is why I'm able to run it in the deck. Naval Brigade, I didn't actually have this in that one, the last one, but just wanted a little bit more removal. Strategic Focus, Winter Offensive, Victory Banners. These are just to guarantee board clears. We even have an ISU and Winter Warfare to really guarantee just fully clearing boards, because this version of the deck doesn't have Carpathians, so it's less unit-based than all of the other decks, so you're not going to be able to fight as easily against just wide boards by just simply trading down. Which is why there's more board clears in this than the other ones. And then that's basically the gist of the deck, is also the Coriacias. These are just to get extra guards, get extra dudes who can fight for the early game. Pretty self-explanatory. And then that's basically how the deck works, is if you're playing against someone with big hands, you use Compromise to mill. If you're playing against like a deck that's sort of run out of cards and is just dumping things into your face, you actually can just play Compromise to heal 3, draw 1 card for yourself. Because honestly, there's a lot of situations where that's the difference between winning or losing a game, and you're just simply like, oh, I don't need to draw them cards. I will just play this to heal. That's fine. I'm just going to simply dominate them with my control cards because I know that they're not ever really in a position to come back. Same with Call to the Colonies. If you're playing against aggro or burn, you can use this as heal. If you're playing against like a more unit-based aggro deck that you don't want to play compromises, you can just play Call to the Colonies to draw cards just for yourself. And all in all, I think it's a very strong deck. I've only played 3 games on it in an Iron tournament right before starting recording, and I won it. So 3-0 on the deck. Let's take it to ladder, show how it works. And oh, that's convenient. We got a quick enemy located. And we finally got the Japan. So we'll see how it plays into Japan. Watch this be like Japan, Italy control with like 4 Heians or some crap. Alright, front formation, bad card to have. 4th guards is just always a card that I like to keep. There's just not really great ways of getting rid of it. There's no like number 9 commanders in the meta anymore. So he's probably legions. I can't believe I haven't seen a single Juffle since hitting record. That's crazy. That's a little gross. I think we're just going to hit it with the BM next turn, so I'm going to pass. Like, I could Sickle Winter Warfare, but I feel like I will have better uses for those cards down the line. Okay, he has intel on my 4-cost 4th cards. Victory Banners is also a very fun card in this deck, because you can use it to really disrupt big boards. But also you can just use it to turn like a couple guys into 4th guards, and then you just win. Okay, we're going to play it. He's going to Kyoto. And then we don't actually have a way to kill it immediately, but that's okay. Just gonna slam the tar now. That's interesting. I think I'm gonna try to turn everything into a recon. So I might just compromise here. I'm gonna play this to play around Zamosk Uprising. Sorry, I can't clear my hand. I could turn everything into Type 94. It's actually probably better, because then I'm not, like, creating a trillion, destruction effects. Ooh. Look at this guy. He knows. He knows what is up. So I don't want to turn everything into shock, because that would be bad. Do I turn everything into a raiding brigade? Then I can't kill it as easily. I think I have to turn everything into 56 3-cons and just lose my board. I mean, I can extended barrage tar now. Nah. That's getting into weird places. Is it actually better to victory banners the 10th recon? I think it is. No, but there's 0. Well, do I care if he plays units? Not really. It'd be really funny to make his entire board tar now, actually. Just can't play a card without overdrawing his entire deck. So he gets to shock down here, but then I get to Winter Warfare with keeping my guy alive, whereas the destruction effects ones would kill this dude. Also, it makes it harder for him to play more cards from hand. That's annoying. That's also annoying. So we're gonna draw on this. Probably want to play. There's a fairly high chance I want to play Winter Offensive next turn. Not Winter Offensive, Front Formation. Which also means I want to save Naval for 845th. Which means I can't play Colm. Sure. Oh, those are getting some big guys. It's actually mildly terrifying. I think we still just slam front formation. Thunder Division. Okay, so he has some stupidly big legions. But they're all in the support line. I don't know why he didn't push up these guys. So this is happening. Got a guy to the front line. He might just be able to like kill it with the shock dude, but anything that any credits he spends killing this is credits he spends not making these guys unkillable. Takes the healing. It's reasonable. So this is happening for sure. This is happening for sure. The question is, do I stay with the extended barrage? I think I play it. If I can heal for 9, we're chilling. And he might be able to Kyoto another one of these. I don't know if he's going to be able to Kyoto all of them. Okay, he's running low on Polish cards. He also played 2 Punish already. Okay, that's at least the 3rd stretch of the line. 2 Punish, 2 Plan West, Tarnow. He's going to have a 2nd Tarnow for sure. Okay, we heal to 28 and also kill this guy. Seems pretty good. And we can play Train. That would have been a great card to draw that turn is actually the Grenadier Guards. That would have been hilarious. Yeah, I was worried about command failure. Top deck command failure is a little tilting, but we're chilling. Kyoto, a 1-1. Okay. I'm dead to 3rd Kyoto Kian. He has 10 cards in deck. Does this guy not run expansion? It's a 2nd scouting party. Does mean you can trade like that. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. Well, this is looking a lot better now. Do we have 2 compromise in deck? Yes, 2 compromise in deck. There's the expansion. Okay, so it was actually kind of getting unlucky on the draws there. 2nd Tarnow. He can't have a lot of intel left. He has a Kyoto. That's the last Kyoto. He probably has some, like, shifting. Do you think we draw here? Okay, so we're doing Tarnow, 2 Thunder Divisions. Now I'm worried about Kian. Kika! What? Why? Okay, well... If we'd hit the other one, we got to kill Kika. I'm almost tempted to hit this guy to get the light infantry for the grenadier. So he's out of Kyoto's. Command failure doesn't kill this. I think I do this and play Colm. Wolves. That's so tilting. Oh! Should have cycled the backline guy. Well, we'll play another. I can't believe I finally got Japan and then I lost. But, hey. That was catching rather unfortunate again. We had like 2 compromise in the bottom of the deck. I think we might have still had an extended barrage as well to kill Kika. Oh, Germany. I'm gonna start with Colm because if he plays Bergman, you can sickle kill it, and if he writes it, that's fine. Keeps 3 cards, top decks War Machine on turn 2. If none of these 4 cards are War Machine, I'm gonna be tilted. Bergman route the draw. Yeah. Probably should have actually played 845th, maybe. Okay, so he's US. Gonna try to put some damage in. Sometimes you can win with this deck without compromise, I feel like. I'm not gonna make the trade for him. If he has second crossfire, he has second crossfire. This is set up for a decent Leopold for him. If he does Leopold, we just kill Leopold with extended barrage. But this makes me think maybe he has Colm. Or not Colm, Mouse. If he has Mouse, this is tragic. Capitulation's fine. There are a lot of guys to get through. He's played one Crossfire already. Blitz Doctrine, Endure US. Well, this guy's gonna get what he had coming for him. That's a crazy card to run in your deck, dude. That's a little sad. I think we take the healing. I'm like a little worried I'm gonna die to Comet somehow. And also I'm worried that he's like gonna set up a Comet. Why does he hit the one in the back? That play makes absolutely no sense. Well, he's played Capitulation, so we just do this. He has to Leopold. Or he's kind of just done. Even Mars doesn't really do anything here. Also, he would like need to wait a turn to play it, then it's not killing anything. Well, if he top decks Leopold, he's simply the better player. Mavs only actually does 2 damage here. Africa Core. He runs Africa Core. And he hit Leopold. Overdraw Hammer. Yeah. That's the expected outcome. Certainly. Is he gonna have the fight, gain blitz, hit me in the face for 6? Yep. What a talented individual. He has like Hipper. Is Hipper the only card? I think Hipper might be the only card. Is that just in his deck? Panzergren, he can make this 8. Oh, he's just double trading. That's fine. Has he played a Crossfire? He played one Crossfire, right? I'm tempted to just get 2 BMs going. That could be a mouse. I think it's compromise time. Okay, we got the Doctrine. That's quite massive. I probably could have like passed and then he wouldn't trade and then I got the Panzergren. That's just in his deck. Okay. Sure. One, two, three, Comet? At 32 health, but he's on 23. So he could still run raw Leopold, he could still run raw Maus. Capitulation is gone, though. It's the second Michigan, I believe. Can turn everything into a 2-3 tank. I would turn everything into a 2-2 tank. I'd probably start with Zhukov. If I can hit a Kolm. It's not bad. I'm probably not going to play it here, though. Do this. He's down 2 1-2-3s. I could play fourth guards. I'm going to greed on it. I could sickle Winter Warfare to clear. I have ISU in deck still. I think we just pass. Tries to min-max damage. That's also just in his deck, by the way. Okay. Does he have natural Leopold now? Okay, we don't want to play... Oh, the Comet. The Comet is a bit of an issue. I think we keep this guy back. I don't expect the 6-6 to go into the 9-1. Is that just in his deck? Maybe the Leo wasn't off of... I'm very confused. I could Winter Warfare ISU, but I lose my 9-9. So I probably want to greed a little bit on that. I'd play Routed Troop if it didn't walk into a crossfire. If he just pushes up and trades here, that's fine. Okay, another 108. Double. This is the classic double 108 with double doctrine. And the Africa core, apparently just hard running Zug, possibly. Do I play another? I think so. Oh, maybe that was a mistake, 'cause now I could give him a mouse. Well, if he plays mouse to kill the guy. So he has another 1-2-3 and a Comet and the return to hand guy. Why are you just running off cloring, dude? Why is that just like in your deck randomly? I could trade Winter Offense. Oh, I don't even have the... It's gonna be perfectly from the deep. No, that's fine. Honestly, I shouldn't push up because he, like, for sure runs Schützen for some reason. That is a joke for legal purposes. No comment. Interesting. Okay, let's do this. He, like, for sure hide runs mouse. There's no shot he doesn't. Which actually means maybe this was a mistake, because now we've kind of walked into... we've walked into a situation where we can't remove mouse immediately. Well, he has, like, 1, 2, 3 in Comet, right? So he probably doesn't run mouse then. Okay, he's drawn into 4 fatigue. Whirlwind. I'm so confused. Does he just not run Comet? Crossfire, trade, Comet face. I guess where I'm gonna do this and he's just like randomly gonna... I don't even know. Like, I just can't. Don't see how I can lose here, even if it's mouse, even if it's Comet. It's mouse face. Bismarck. Alright. We got him. Alright. Well, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Again, I don't actually think I mentioned it, but the codes for all 4 of these decks are in the comment, or in the description of the video, I should say. And again, these are a Soviet France control, Soviet Poland control, German Soviet control, and German Finland control. 4 different control decks. They all have some similarities. They all have their own unique playstyles. All of them are very good into Japan. All of them are pretty decent overall on the ladder. Again, I would probably make a few changes to this deck, but not going to repeat myself too much. If you got to the end of the video, thank you very much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Join my Discord if you are interested in asking any questions to me or other people, or just talking about cards in general. And I will catch all of y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.